What is going on, everyone? Hope you're doing well, and welcome to another episode of the Misplay Mafia podcast. In this episode, we're going to recap the Curitiba Regional Championship, as well as all the news that just came out today surrounding the mid-year celebration. Then we'll have our highlighted misplay of the week, followed by talking about this weekend's Houston Regional Championship, in which we'll all be in attendance in. I'm Matthew Jambois, Pokemon Professor, captain of the Misplay Mafia, joined here not by my normal co-host Austin, but my friend and teammate Juwan Joseph. Juwan, how has your week been?
Oh, it's been pretty good. We actually started college again last week, back up in new quarter. So I got a lot of work to do before we go to Houston, since I'm not going to be doing any of that during our trip.
Yeah, I get that.
So we also had a nice little practice weekend with
Yeah.
the house tournament.
Yeah. Super fun. I had about 13 people over at my house doing one giant in-house tournament. Put some stuff up from my prize collection of stuff to give out as a prize support, just to give something for people to kind of fight for, have some fun with. And I needed to downsize some stuff. I actually got third in that tournament, so I lost a couple things, but ended up keeping the main thing I wanted to keep, which I'm really surprised that nobody wanted the winner stamped Pikachu. I really thought that'd be like one of the first things to go.
Well, I think I also feel like two of the people in that top four already had a winner stamp Pikachu.
Okay, but you were below me. I got to pick first.
Well, that's also because I had the unpleasure of having the singular worst game of poke in my entire life.
Yeah, get the bad luck out. Get the bad luck out before Houston, and you'll be fine.
See that's all we do these in-house. Get these bad hands out, these bad rocks in the prize, all of them out of the way, so we can get some good hands in the actual event.
Absolutely. That's why we practice. And yeah, it was super fun. Been grinding out this week of getting ready. I feel very confident in the list, in the matchup spread. I think my pick is pretty solid. I've been telling people, I'm like, this might actually be the tournament I day two at. I feel that confident. I feel that comfortable. So I'm excited for it, but we got to talk about this Curitiba regional. I can pronounce words, I promise.
Is it Curitiba?
Is it Curitiba? Yeah, Curitiba regional. That was down in Brazil, and the results of this are exactly why I feel confident. So just if we take a look here, there was a top 14, so with the asymmetrical top 14, and the whole tournament was won by Golden Go, which is fantastic for me.
Wait, that's your boy?
That is not my boy for this coming weekend. It's my boy any other day of the week, but not this weekend. It was won by Golden Go, by Matthias. Took a peek at the list here, and nothing changed except for the inclusion of 2 Pokepads.
Very traditional list.
Yes, very traditional. They just cut an air balloon for a Pokepad.
Oh wait, did they go back to Cypher Maniacs?
Dude, you're not playing Dango if you're not playing Cypher. That's the way I feel about the deck, at least. Does have the Hilda in here because this is the Legacy Energy build, which is kind of a newer build that we've seen been popping up.
Wait, I'm sorry, Dango's playing Legacy now?
Brother, where have you been? Yes.
Clearly not here.
Clearly not here. Yes, Dango. There are some variants of Dango that have swapped to Legacy Energy. Legacy Energy being a rainbow energy for the Make It Rain attack. So you could have a single prized Gold Dango, or making Mega Lopunny only a 2 prizer instead of that 3 prize liability. Should you have to go into that for some matchups. But yes, playing the Legacy Energy build, super nice to see something other than Secret Box or Prime Catcher in Dango.
They're really taking a page out of Sarah Ledge.
Well, they got to learn from somewhere because we all know Dango players don't think.
I said we do share the same brain cell.
I mean, all Dango players do is all they know how to do is draw cards. So they decide to finally throw the prize race in their favor just a little bit. So, yep, super cool to see Dango win it all. Played against Javier in the finals against Zoroark. Does get the inclusion of the Zekrom with that Rampaging Thunder, the 250 damage. Has the poison package here to up that damage to a 290. Or if you play a Black Belts that turn, you do in 320, which then knocks out a Dragapult. So really fixing some matchups for him with that Zekrom. Playing the Watchtower too, just for some other like Terra Box matchups or Raging Bolt matchups. Yeah, other than that, I think this list is going to be the new normal. I think
I'm surprised there's no Mochi in this list though.
Is there no wait, did I skip that? I saw I saw the Petra run, so I just assumed there was a Mochi.
No, they went for Defiance Band instead.
Are they trolling?
I mean, clearly not. They got second place.
But
I do think, why the heck you're playing Petron and not Mochi?
I wonder what the reasoning is for. Like, what math does that fix? Because then with the Black Belts and the Defiance Band, you're still not knocking out. You're not knocking out Dragapult at that point. You're 10 short.
And the Mochi is much more easier to activate than Defiance Band.
Yeah.
And you get more damage out of it. So why?
Maybe because they're thinking about some monkey plays. Ooh. Oh, 30 more. Flame Body Can does 120 if it's attached to the Darmanitan. Or I guess really attached to anything. So 120 then 90. So KO's a Monkey Dory and something else for a 2-prizer. Maybe it's just your comeback card to get back in the game. Like a comeback way to get some prizes to come back. I don't know.
It's definitely weird.
Interesting. I definitely feel like this should be emoji, but other than the Defiance Band, I can see this being a very standardized list for Zoroark in the post rotation world, or not post rotation in this format. And it looks consistent. I don't see anything. Oh, no Arvins either. I just not realize that. We just drawing into everything.
I can agree with no Arvins.
Yeah. I like it. I like the list. I'd play it.
Adding emoji, but I'd definitely play it.
Yep. Look at the rest of the top 8. We see that we see a Jelly Guardy. We see 2 more Zoroarks, actually 3 Zoroarks in the top cut. We see a Raging Bolt. We see a couple of Dragapult Dusknoirs. I was expecting more, but we see 3 of them here. We see 1 Frostlass Monkey Dory deck, a Crustle deck that actually got 9th place.
Hold on, let me look at this Crustle deck. What the heck?
Let's take a look. What do we see? Poke Vital A. Oh, this is Lone Crustle. This is not.
Yeah, this is just honest to God Crustle.
Huh. Also running 1 Pokepad is kind of funny. I feel like
I don't know if I should be scared about this.
I feel like one.
How do you?
That's funny. How are we finding our guys?
I guess we just ascensioning.
Oh, we do have Ascension. We do have Ascension. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we only need 1 Pokepad. That shows you how much I've played. Like no one in our locals plays Crustle, and so, or if they do, I have not played against them.
Well, sometimes, Aaron.
Oh yeah, sorry, Aaron. But yeah, he don't listen to the podcast anyways, so I'm not sorry. But yeah, so Interesting. Yeah, forgot about Ascension. So we just ascension up into our crustal dudes, and we have a great time healing. And
Yeah, just going to 3 capes too.
oh yeah,
Yeah, really just that the lone 3 crosses going at it.
yeah, solid. Good for them. I'm happy for them. Make
I
it.
hope I don't run into him.
Yeah. Actually, I want to hand them to me. I promise you.
I say you please take him for me.
I'll
I don't want to handle that.
We see Marcos Fuentes got 10th with N Zorark. That is the brother to world champion Gabriel Cifuentes. No, not Gabriel. Sorry,
Oh.
Fernando Cifuentes. So nice to see that the Cifuentes brothers are still playing, doing fantastic work. Interesting enough, though, we have a no Darmanitan list from Marco.
What the heck?
Yeah, but hey, he does have the mochi. He's got 2 of them.
Oh, he's got 2 of them.
Think he stole
Hey,
that guy's mochi.
No, that guy threw it away. And he just picked it right back up.
Yeah, but
Oh, I like the inclusion of Tool Scrapper.
Tool Scrapper, fantastic for like your Dango matchups, or your Gardevoir matchups. Since you're not running the Darmanitans, you can Tool Scrapper away like their Drift Bloom or their Scream Tail, whatever they've got, and make it knock itself out. Take 2 prizes that way. Yeah, very interesting. But yeah,
like it.
I definitely like it. And we see again another Watchtower. I feel like Watchtower is just a staple for these in Zorark decks.
So especially going to the new format.
Absolutely. The fan Rotom and the owls and the bird, the Pidgeot's just been crazy. Yeah, and Meowth, but we ain't got Meowth yet. This tournament did not have Meowth either. Perfect order. Even the pre-releases did not happen for this tournament to happen. Let's see. Let's take a look at this Raging Bolt list. Well, y'all know I'm a.
Yeah, this one is definitely your boy.
I'll say y'all know I'm a Raging Bolt lover. I was just seeing if they had cooked anything spicy in it, with the Ascended Heroes cards, but nope, just one Pokepad. I can imagine the Pokepad's either to go find Fan Rotom turn 1 or find a Noctowl late game instead of having to play an Ultra Ball. Because sometimes there's resources after an Iono you don't really want to Ultra Ball away. But no, nothing too crazy. Solid list. But one thing too is if you look at the 15th place right outside of the top cut,
is that an Alakazam?
That is an Alakazam Dunsparce.
Just shy of ASIM.
Yes. Just 1 win away. And this deck just got stupid strong with Pokepads. Not having to discard to find your evolutions. Being able to just chain things easier. Yeah, I know a couple of our local people have been eyeing this up for the Ascended Heroes format, and honestly, I support it. I think it's a fun deck. I think it's a great single prize deck option, as well. I love the 2 enhanced hammers. I've seen some lists that only run 1, but I definitely love the 2 enhanced hammers over the 1, just to get rid of that.
Got double up.
Yeah, well, just to get rid of that mist energy too, because you can't place damage counters, you can't win.
Yeah, that 1 card kind of just shuts the entire deck down.
Yep. But so good to see that on the skirts too. Just to quickly recap our predictions from last week. We had a prediction of how much of an increase does Ceruledge get. So remember we had that Puerto Rico special event that had the Ceruledge in the finals. It had this mirror in the finals right here in San Juan. And if we take a look at the San Juan metagame, we see that Ceruledge was down here with a 1.16% meta share. But over the week and going into Curitiba, we actually see the Ceruledge increased to a 2.56 for a total growth of 1.4 of a meta share. I predicted that it would only grow 0.5%. Juwan, you were the hopeless optimistic on this one. You thought it would grow a full 5% of a meta share.
Which I'm glad it did grow to like that minimum amount. I think that is the right growth for Ceruledge.
Yeah. But luckily Austin was the closest. He said it would only grow about 2%. And so he was 0.6% closer to than I was. Looking at a deck to win it all. Juwan, you actually said that it would be Absol Box. We see the closest Absol Box being 12th place. Austin said that it would be Terra Box, and I have scrolled trying to find a Terra Box, and I have yet to.
Where's the Terra Box?
Oh, found one. 75th.
75th, really?
75th. I'm seeing if I missed one. I missed one last week. Or not last week, but the other week.
I did skip past that one.
Yeah, don't think I see one.
Yeah,
so
75th.
Yeah, 75th. So top 128. And then I actually said Frostlass Monkey Dory, which got top 8. So I actually take the cake on this one.
Now, I'll just point out that the next highest Frostlass Monkey Dory one is like all the way down to 89.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter. we got the top 8. And so within that actually puts Austin as correct in that too, because I said it was going to win the whole event, and Austin said it was only going to get top cut. It did get top cut.
And he's right again.
And Juwan, you were off the mark again with the top 50.
If that one didn't squeeze by.
Yep. But looking at this, as far as looking forward into the future, we only have, I guess we have a couple more tournaments in the Ascended Heroes without perfect order.
I think literally just 2.
Yeah, I think we just have 2 or maybe 3 majors in the Ascended Heroes format. So this is looking like what we kind of predicted: a lot of Zoroark and a lot of Dragapult Dusknors. But I mean, really nothing shockingly new. I think Zoroark was just the deck that just got the biggest buff.
Four Zoroarks in the top was definitely a little surprising.
Yeah, but with the Zekrom inclusions, it gave that deck exactly what it needed to be a top meta contender. So if you weren't practicing against Zoroark before, start practicing for it now. And you're probably a little bit behind, but definitely give
Especially if you're hearing it just now.
Yeah, but definitely give yourself the don't say it's not a meta deck, because it is definitely a meta deck now.
And no one can say otherwise.
Nope. But that puts an end on this tournament, Curitiba. Unless there's anything else that you want to talk about. Do we want to see the highest placing Ceruledge?
Yeah, my boy Ludwin.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got going over here.
Ludwin got it at top 32.
Okay, Battle Cage is an interesting choice for the stadium.
There's Frostlass Monkey Dory, I think, was what everybody thought would be a huge deck. But still running the 20 energies. So doesn't look like anything's too crazy. Oh, they picked up on your Iono Spice.
They got the one. Oh, they do.
They got the one of Iono. So if you're playing against Ceruledge now.
They kept your 3 boss idea Spice too.
Yeah. Although one stretcher.
But one stretcher and 1 rod. That's kind of insane. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm bold enough to be running 1 stretcher and 1 rod in Ceruledge.
Well, hold on. Did we cut the stretchers for the battle cage? Is that was that the trade-off?
Oh, wait. one less Carmine and one
Oh,
less research.
yeah. Hold on. Where are we off? Is it the 4 nest? Do we run to? No, we run 4 nest.
And personally, I run 3, but
Okay, well maybe so. It's a nest ball and something else. I don't know.
nah, it's gotta be the Carmine research.
Well, it's Carmine
Along with the
research and
stretchers.
then the nest ball for the stretcher. I don't know, but congrats to them. Top 32. They got some prize in.
It's always nice to see your brother Serge succeed in this world.
Yeah, yeah, we know you're happy.
I'll be happier this weekend in Houston whenever it wins it all.
Yeah. Real fast before we do move on, we were going to talk about the meta game too. We see Dragapult with a 17% meta share. Zoroark jumping up right behind that with 11%. Golden Go with 9. Grimmsnarl with 6. And actually Gardevoir, they shockingly only a 5% meta share.
Oh?
I guess just the rise of Zoroark has kind of pushed Gardevoir down a bit. But then we just see the other 5% meta shares were Mega Absol Box and Raging Bolt Ogerpon. So yep, those are your top decks for Ascended Heroes. I don't think I would disagree with any of this as far as the predictions for the meta or if the meta would shift any. I think this is a very solid outlook for what to expect for this weekend in Houston if you're going to it. This would be the type of numbers I would expect.
And this might be what we're looking at for the remainder of this format.
Yeah. Yeah, for the remainder of this format, I just don't see.
This might be what it's going to be right here.
Yeah, I don't see Dragapult Dusknoir going anywhere. Zoroark's not going anywhere. Yeah, this is definitely going to be your Ascended Heroes meta. Little shocked that Jolted Box isn't higher just because of the Pikachu Light Ball, but maybe it's just not enough. Maybe the deck still fails and falls short.
Maybe just waiting for more megas to enter the format.
Maybe, but doesn't this deck rotate or the core of it rotate?
Wait, too much Joltik?
No, yeah, we lose Miraidon and Iron Hands and Mew.
You don't need those losers.
You don't need Iron Hands and Joltik Box.
No.
Say that again to yourself very slowly.
Look, we got Canary. It's fine. We don't need Miraidon.
I'm not talking about Miraidon. I'm talking about Iron Hands. I think we lose every prize trade.
Look, you don't need Iron Hands as well.
Oh my gosh.
There's going to be newer and better guys coming out.
That's such a hot take. That is such a hot take.
Look, if Bolt can survive post rotation, Joltik can as well.
Oh wow. Okay. You know what? We said we were going to start this podcast for our hot takes. There's one for you, folks. Oh wow.
I was giving it $1.50.
Oh gosh. All right, we gotta stop talking tournament now because my brain can't handle that. Let's talk about some other news. Some other news that came out. Pokemon just actually released this today, so yours truly get to be the first ones to cover it. Mid-year celebrations return to play Pokemon stores on June 15th. And what's important about that June 15th is not because it's the middle of June, but it's actually, let me correct myself before I say this, because I know it is the Monday after NAIC. So Championship Sunday will be the 14th, and then the next day will be June 15th, which is when the mid-year celebrations return to play. So I'm just going to read this real fast, kind of highlight some things and talk about what would be really cool. So it says, get ready for the return of mid-year celebration events, trainers. Local Play Pokemon stores will once again have the opportunity to host these fun, casual events from June 15th to August 16th, with a few prizes available for the first time. All right. It says, mid-year celebration events are the perfect way to take it easy while still staying sharp as the Pokemon Championship Series takes a break from June 15th to August 31st. There'll be no CP earning events, league challenges, cups, etc. During this break. We got to talk about this because Twitter is
so
blowing
long.
up about this. That is the entire summer gone. There is
because after NAIC, that's like what, June, July, August. Yeah, I mean, that's quite literally the entire summer.
77 days. Someone counted it up. This is a 77-day break until September 1st. The new season will start on September 1st. Normally what it is that we have NAIC sometime in June, and then for the past 2 years, we've taken a break. So from NAIC until July 1st, there will be, or not July 1st, August 1st, there's a break period. Now they're extending that break even more to September. And I've seen a lot of discourse on Twitter. Juwan, I want to know your opinions, but there's been a lot of discourse about why is Pokemon not having events in the summertime whenever kids are able to travel, your teachers that play are, off work. Everybody usually takes their vacation times. You can make more of these regional events if they were held in the summertime. I've seen a lot of people just being mad that they're taking the summers off. What's your opinion on that?
I really do think that, like you said, it's a real missed opportunity because people such as myself that do classes, summertime is a great time to actually go to events. Like, transparently, if NAIC wasn't in the summer, I'd probably have to be skipping that one. But that's how it works. So how do they have like a good reason for this, or?
So they obviously haven't come out and said why there's a reason. I mean, the only thing that I can think of is NAIC is the last IC of the year. We all know this. All right. We go LAIC, EUIC, NAIC. And then there's no big tournaments past that until Worlds. And so my only thought process behind it is they don't want the new season to start until after Worlds happens. And I had kind of been thinking that, last season, whenever we were already playing in tournaments, we had cups and challenges before Worlds even happened. I remember like first week of August going down to a cup because people were trying to get them done and out of the way real fast. And I just remember it feeling a little weird that we were gaining CP for the next season before the season had really officially ended. Like, we still had an event. And
I forgot we did that.
Yeah, like, it felt weird because even you had the case of Gabriel Fernandez with his Worlds run. He aged up as a master into the master division and had already earned championship points as a master while he still had to go back to the world championship stage and play Worlds as a senior. And so I definitely think it's good. Shockingly enough, I think it's fine to take that break and to have the hard cutoffs so that you don't end up with weird age bracket situations like we just saw this past season at Worlds. I mean, is it a bummer? Yes, because like I'm a teacher as well. I would love to be able to travel all throughout the summer, go to all these different events, even if there was some overseas, maybe try to make those work and make a big trip out of it. But unfortunately, that's just the way the season ends. Now if they want to extend the season and shift the calendar, make it really weird, more power to them. but I don't see that happening because usually, we start the season and then we get that weird little break in between December and January, like around the holidays. We kind of take the week of Christmas to like mid-January off. And then we come back and then we finish out the season. And I don't hate it. I am worried about it in the sense of there's not a lot of time to earn championship points.
Well, because that only nicks out like what, a month?
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, in that month,
I feel like a month would be fine.
and maybe so, but usually, or what happened this season was we started in August, but there wasn't a major tournament until September. So what if that happens where we start in September, there's not a major tournament until October. So now it just keeps getting pushed back. I think if we're going to do this change, the season starts and major starts have to be in the same month. Like we can't take that month break.
So what if to adjust for all that, what if they're adjusting their, the CP values?
Well, and
what if there's like a lower entrance to get into it?
Let's talk about that. We're going to skip ahead just a little bit. So they did kind of add this paragraph talking about the 2027 Pokemon Championship Series update.
Oh, am I psychic?
Yeah. Well, they probably knew a lot of people would have your same question. So it says the new Pokemon Championship Series is set to begin on September 1st, 2026, and prospective trainers can look forward to a few changes. Pokemon TCG and Go players will now have an off season where there are no CP earning events, reducing the pressure of a long season and aligning with the current season layout for Pokemon VGC. New prizes are coming to the 2027 Season 2. Pokemon VGC and Pokemon Go competitors who finish first place at a local event will now earn an acrylic trophy along some cool digital rewards to commemorate their accomplishment. And it says, stay tuned for more details on these rewards in the future. So, first off, sounds cool. It's cool that they're promoting VGC like at locals now, because that's been a big thing that has been talked about how VGC people never have to go to locals. Well, now they get some trophies if they go, which is kind of cool to get yourself some accolades if you're into VGC. And same thing with Go. I guess we need to get ourselves a Go judge for our local scene.
No way.
Yeah, right. But definitely, it just says that trainers can look forward to a few changes. I would have to assume there's going to be some type of CP change. Either we're going back to the championship points, the hard cap limit where, you just have to reach your 600 points and then you're going to Worlds, doing away with the top 135. Or it could be that maybe the threshold for top 135 is a lower championship threshold. I really hope it's not top 135 again, because I feel like if you're shortening the season, then there's even more pressure and really rewards those that go to every event. And so then
that's what this current season been as well.
Right. So it really, I feel like if you're shortening the season and then you still make it the top X, you're making it pay to play. Or pay to win,
essentially. Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the best finish limit is. If you can go to more events and have more good days than the few events that I go to where I might have a bad day at one event, you're just going to succeed better. Like you're going to you're going to earn more CP. And I don't think that's the best situation. So I really hope they avoid that. But we'll just have to see about that coming up. But they did announce that for the mid-year celebration events, there's a few prizes you can look forward to. We see that there's a Totodile, Tepig, and Chikorita playmat, as well as this Champion Spiral Bound notebook and this Team Instinct, Team Mystic, and Team Valor Spiral Bound Notebook. For you to win and earn, like going to locals and doing the different fun tournaments throughout the off season. So at least they're still giving us stuff for the off season. It's not like there's not a point to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's still a reason to compete for something.
Yeah. So definitely excited for the off season. I need this playmat. I just think it looks really cool. I think it's cool to commemorate the first time that they're doing something. So you'll definitely see me trying to win this playmat. And who knows, like the Spiral Bound notebooks, I might end up playing Pokemon Go just to get all 3 rewards even.
Are those notebooks like real notebooks or?
Yeah. They're Spiral Bound notebooks.
Well, maybe I'll start spinning some circles.
Yeah. All you hear is the but yeah, so some pretty cool stuff coming up, and some big things that might be to come. But any other final thoughts on this, Juwan?
Do you think the chances are good that the changes are gonna end up being good changes? Or do you think like they'll end up being worse?
It's the Pokemon Company. I never put anything too high against them. But I guess time will tell. Time will definitely tell on that one.
Yeah, just like winning ways, maybe they'll surprise us.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I mean, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but I'm always excited to see what they have in store for us. It seems like they've been giving us more. They're doing a lot more with the acrylic stands now, like almost like trophies type situations now, which would be cool to like collect and earn rather than just the champion playmat. So yeah,
I might get a little bit of VGC just for them acrylic trophies.
Yeah, definitely. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they're feeding us, and right now I'm not mad about it. I'm not gonna complain about how well we're eating with all the stuff they're giving us. But moving on, we do indeed have my personal favorite segment, Misplay of the Week. This week's Misplay of the Week comes to you from our teammate Ireland, who was playing in the in-home tournament that I ran at my house. And Ireland was playing against, funny enough, her boyfriend Mason. Ireland was on Ceruledge, Mason was on Charizard, and which is already not a good matchup for Mason. But he was not helping himself either with the hands he was getting.
There were some atrocious hands.
Yeah, brother had some of the worst luck I think I've ever seen. But
my man was hysterical that game.
Yeah, they go to a game 3, and Ireland was playing out her turn. Mason had a Charizard EX in the active spot. Ireland's playing throughout her turn, discarding energies, and realizes that she is 2 energies short from a Charizard knockout. And what's really unfortunate about this is that she had a Jet energy and a Fire energy on the Ceruledge in the active. So all she had to do was retreat it, promote the bench Ceruledge that had the Fire energy, and swing on the active. Ireland did not see that play because she thought she was out of options for discarding energies. Ireland then goes on to pass, or she swings for the 290 damage instead of the 360 damage. And Mason's able to knock out the Ceruledge and just win the prize race from there, which then gives him the round win. Otherwise, he was not winning that round at all.
At all.
And so don't forget, kids, if you need energy in your discard pile, your Pokemon have retreat costs for a reason.
They can be used.
They can be used. And Juwan, as someone who plays the rule edges enough, how often do you use that strategy?
Honestly, not too very often.
Really?
But the times when I do use it, those are the times where it was crucial. Where I just needed those exact 2 energies in a discard.
Now, you know,
So
we have this segment not to make fun of people or to, you know, point out everybody's flaws, but to learn. Juwan, how long did it take you to learn that line of play?
I want to say maybe 8 months into playing Sacrilege.
So almost a year into playing Ceruledge to learn about the retreat cost way. Wild stuff. So Ireland's only been playing Ceruledge for about 4 months now. So missing a play like that, hey, you can only grow from it.
Mm-hmm.
So she did also have one play where she could have chose a better target than what she did. But we're not here to talk about that. We're only going to talk about the one massive misplay. We do love you, Ireland. Sorry that you
You're my
ended
favorite
up.
child.
Yeah, sorry that you ended up back on the misplay segment. But
That's why one day
she won't be. But if you have any misplays that you want featured on the podcast, feel free to tell us the story in the comments or send us a private message. And we would love to feature you in the next episode. Again, it is not to point and laugh and make you feel bad about yourself, but it's to help others learn from your mistakes so that we can all get better at the game. That's what the Mafia is about. But with the misplay of the week done, let's talk about the biggest thing that is on our minds right now, which is Houston. And you cannot talk about Houston without talking about the big controversy / debate around Houston right now. And that is the fact that we had a Perfect Order pre-release this past weekend. And in the Perfect Order pre-release, you were given Pokepads, the very uncommon card in Ascended Heroes. They would give you, if you were lucky and you pulled a Tyrantrum deck, you were given 4 Pokepads in your pre-release deck. Which sounds...
Those pre-release kits felt like a lottery system. I'm not even lying.
I can imagine. I didn't get to play. I got to judge, but I can definitely imagine how they felt. But the issue with the Pokepads that came in your pre-release kit is that they were stamped with the Perfect Order set stamp instead of the Ascended Heroes set stamp. And this is a big issue because that set is still in the pre-release phase. It's not officially legal yet. So therefore, the cards that are from that set, regardless of if they're a reprint or not, are not legal for tournament play. So even if you thought, oh, I'll go to a pre-release and get these Pokepads and I'll be set for Houston because I need 4 of them, you're not set for Houston. You still have to find your Ascended Heroes one. And there's been a lot of debate on Twitter about calling judges on opponents that have the Perfect Order Pokepads. And some people are like, no, you know, it's not a legal card. You shouldn't do it. The rules, you know, specifically say you can't. Even in the know before you go email, they even call out the Pokepad card specifically.
I actually got that email today.
Yeah, I got the email today too. They call it out specifically saying, hey, you cannot play this card. But then you have people on the flip side that are like, be a homie. It's a legal card. It is a actual card from the Pokemon TCG that is a reprint card. It should not matter what set it's from. If you have to call a judge on that, you're kind of lame, and you're, you know, you basically, they're flaming people who would call judges. I see it both. I see both sides of it for sure. I definitely, if my opponent has a Perfect Order Pokepad, I'm probably not calling a judge.
I'm surprised actually.
I mean, here's the thing. I understand it. I understand the logic of why we can't play it from Pokemon's perspective. The card is not out yet, regardless of, the fact that there's been pre-releases. In the rules, Pokemon has said reprint cards are legal upon release. We had this whenever Ascended Heroes came out because a lot of people were wanting to play their art rare Badoos and, the different like fan rotoms that got reprinted, and they were wondering about legality. So Pokemon's already come out and said reprint cards are legal upon release. I think it's just unfortunate timing. I do. And I don't think the players should be faulted for unfortunate timing. I know I joke around how I would say I'd call a judge. I would not actually, as a player. Now, if I'm a judge and I'm forced to handle the situation where, some players call a judge saying he's playing with the wrong card, you got to handle it appropriately. You got to, do whatever the penalty is, make them replace it or get a legal copy, or turn it into a basic energy, follow the chain of command with the penalties, whether it be a DPL, game loss, DQ, depending on the stage of the tournament. So like I said, I see both sides of it. But Juwan, as someone who's like a full-on player, what are your thoughts?
So I do agree that it's fully stupid that it's not a legal card. Especially since, like you said, last set with the alt rares and the Ascended Heroes, you can immediately use them. But you can't perfect order. I don't see what the difference here is. So I do agree that it's a bad, stupid ruling that they're doing. However, it is in bold of don't use these cards, so don't use them. If you need them, you could literally go buy them right now for like $5. And if you really need them, don't play a deck to use Pokepads. It's simple as that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of decks right now that don't fully require Pokepads that you could play and still have a good run at.
Like transparently, if it was a deck that I need to use Pokepads in, I'd probably already have them like 2 weeks from now.
Right.
Or maybe a month earlier from now.
Right. I think that if you are playing the perfect order Pokepads, this is a PSA to anybody who's thinking about playing them. You have to be aware of the potential consequences you could face. And you cannot crash out if somebody decides to uphold the rules and calls a judge on you. And I can see some people that do crash out on it. But
people definitely will crash out.
You have to know the rules, and you have to understand the perspective of what the rules say and why your opponent might be calling a judge on you just to uphold the game. But I think it's a little unfortunate. I think it's kind of crappy, but what can you do?
And plus, don't you think it's better if someone calls you out early in a run rather than later in it?
Yes, because it's a less penalty. If you're curious about the chain of commands on penalties, check the handbook. Especially if you are one that is playing the perfect order ones.
Yeah, don't they kind of outline the chain in our email too?
I don't know. I don't know if
I didn't read it yet.
I don't think they outline that. I think they just tell you no, you cannot play them. But regardless, know the chain of command. Remember, if you disagree with any judge call during the tournament, this is a PSA, not just about the Pokepads, but if you disagree with any judge call, you can appeal it to the head judge. All right. Let me tell you, some of these floor judges, I love them. I'm grateful that they're there, but I have seen some bad calls be made by some floor judges. So if you think a penalty is too severe or not fair, definitely appeal. You are free to appeal however many times it happens in that tournament. So don't forget your right to appeal.
Yeah, 'cause I can remember some calls the floor judge made that were just blatantly wrong,
Yeah. Yeah.
like against the card text wrong.
Yeah. So please remember that for all you people going to Houston or any major at any point in your life. You can appeal judge calls to the head judge. Now, once it goes to the head judge, you kind of run out of stuff to appeal. You know, what the head judge says goes, but definitely appeal a floor judge's decision if you disagree or feel like it's not fair. But that's the big controversy surrounding Houston. Doesn't affect us. I think we're square on our PokePads. I don't think anybody in the Mafia is trying to squeak one by. So if you see anybody in the Mafia shirts, don't call a judge on us because we didn't do it.
Certainly wasn't us.
But we also wanted to take this episode as a chance for us to kind of reflect and share with you, the viewers, about how do we go about regionals? What's our process? Why do we go to regionals? That type thing. So, got a couple questions that we're just going to kind of take turns answering. Juwan, I'll let you answer first, and then I'll kind of fill in with my spice and my answer to piggyback off of yours. So
Okay.
Juwan, the viewers are still kind of getting to know you. You know, they've seen me in Austin for 5 episodes now. You just started coming around the past 2, and we didn't really do a get to know Juwan segment. So, what made you start being competitive in the Pokemon TCG?
That's a good question. You talking about being competitive or
Like what made you want to
personal?
start traveling, being competitive, like joining the Mafia, all that type stuff?
Honestly, I think it's from whenever I started going to shop. Whenever early on, starting playing the game. Like every day I would finish going to a club day. I would always be like, man, I want to play some more poke. So I always just go on live afterwards, just wanting to play more. And eventually, I think how that happened. I think you were talking about the regional that y'all were going to next time. It was Louisville. I think it was, right?
Yes, Louisville was your first one. I know that. So that probably was the one that you're referring to.
I can't remember how it got brought up, but I remember you were asking if people were interested in competing and going around for the regionals, and I was like, honestly, I feel like it'd be fun. I like playing some poke. So I think I just came to you, said, "Hey, can I play some Cinderace?" You just gave me. Also, yes, my first regional, I did play Cinderace. Look, we was in it for the love of the game. We still are, but
You're allowed one bad deck regional. I want you to know that.
and I do generally believe your first regional should be your bad deck or your pet deck. But you just go get the experience in.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I think I just love playing the game at that point. I just wanted more of it.
Yeah. And what's really funny, for those of you who do not know about Jawan's Cinderace deck, the playmat. So whenever you go to a regional, you get a playmat just for signing up and like competing. You get a playmat and a promo card. And the playmat was the Cinderace pack art from Stellar Crown. And we
I forgot
all
that happened.
looked at Juwan. It's like, you manifested this because we did not want Cinderace.
That regional must wire my world. I don't care if I went 2-4 in it. I got Cinderace mat.
Did you even,
that was crazy good.
correct me if I'm wrong, but did you hit the mirror at one point during that?
No, I don't think I hit any Cinderace mirrors.
Okay.
I think it was mainly Charizard, like 3 or 4 of them.
Gotcha. So it must have been this whenever you were on Cerule Edge before Cerule Edge got good that you hit the mirror that I was thinking of. But Anyways, yeah, well, cool. I'm glad that I love having you on the team. I'm glad you started traveling with us. We definitely got some stories to tell our grandkids from the road
Oh,
together. So definitely glad to have you.
man, there's always a road story
There's
at one of these regionals
there's
without
story
fail.
there's stories. There are a lot of stories. um, but
But
so moving on. Um, when you're prepping for a regional, first thing we got to do, right, is you got to figure out what we're gonna play to this regional. Now I know you've been on Cerule Edge for a while, but like, what makes you lock in Cerule Edge every single time?
God, because whenever I'm thinking about what deck to play for regional, my first priority is, am I going to have fun playing it? That's the very first thing I try to look for if I'm deciding a deck to play with regional. So going back to Cinderace, even though it was a goofy guy, I like that little guy, so I wanted to play him in a regional. Ceruledge, my favorite playstyle by far, so I just keep bringing him back each time, especially after that San Antonio run. My lord. But
Yes, for those of you who do not know, I have to tell this story. Juwan is known as the world champion slayer because he put, and I quote, I beat Kelly Vance. uh what he meant to say was, I beat Vance Kelly, the 2023 world champion that beat Tord Redcliffe for his world championship. Juwan paired into him. I think it was round 7 of San Antonio, and paired into him, beat him. Thanks to yours truly, because it was a Dragapult versus Cerule Edge matchup.
oh,
And
even worse, it was the Reggie Drago.
oh yeah, sorry, I meant Reggie Drago. That's wrong
Yeah, back,
format.
back when that boy was out and about.
Yes, it was the Reggie Drago, and it had the Kyurem, which could have board wiped all of Jawan's little guys, except for the fact that I told Jawan to play Manaphy. And since
Yeah,
then, since that day, whenever Kelly Vance could not Kyurem away all his little guys, Jawan has listened to me about cards to include in his deck.
yeah. And what Matthew also does is tell me who the heck I'm going against before I get to the table instead of saving it for after the fight.
I'm gonna be
Because I
on,
had no idea who Vance Kelly was. That was my second regional ever in Pokemon.
and you
But here we have Matthew and our friend Alec popping off whenever that pairing comes off on Arcanine. I'm like, why y'all all this energy for? What's going on?
okay,
And then
but
they tell me who it is. I'm like, ah, so that's why. Okay, no pressure at all.
but to be fair, I just thought it was, you were the first one of us to ever get paired into somebody big. Like to get paired into somebody like that has especially a world champion accolade to their name. So it was a big deal at the time, and we were freaking out. Now that we've gotten better, hate to say it, you're not the only one that's played people with accolades anymore. But you are the only one to have beaten a
Like
world
when?
champion. So, yes, so Jawan is also known as the world champion slayer. Um, yeah, for me, when it comes to picking a deck to play, I really just find what I like. I kind of pet deck everything. That's why I played Raging Bolt for an entire season.
Like, go back
Um,
to just playing what you find is fun. Are
yeah,
you gonna be playing it for like 9 hours straight?
yeah, you definitely want to play something that's fun. Raging Bolt 2 was also brain dead. So playing for that long, you didn't have to think as hard about your lines. You just kind of said, okay, I'm gonna flood the board with energies and then knock out. Um, so definitely enjoyed that deck. But now, as I've grown, I've definitely gotten more methodical in how I pick a deck. Looking at the meta, which I'm really excited about how the meta is shaping up right now.
With that
Because
Dingo winning?
yes, with that Dango win, that is exactly what I needed to see to make me feel even better about Houston. So, yeah, I've definitely have gotten more methodical. I know everybody can tell you before I've landed on the deck I'm playing, I was a mess. I could not pick a deck to save my life. Juwan was over at like 2:00 in the morning. We built like 4 decks in one night just for me to try to play and see how I liked it. And that
There
was,
was one point where we stayed up till 4 in the morning,
yeah, it was something stupid.
just trying to get you locked into a deck.
And we still didn't lock in that night.
We still didn't.
But so lately, like I said, I've been getting more methodical, but really it's just something that like I like to play something I feel comfortable with, something that I feel like, okay, I can see myself doing well, or I can see myself not hating myself at the end of the day if I play this. And so super excited about Houston. I've been telling everybody, I'm like, this will be the regional I day 2 it. That's how confident this deck makes me feel.
That's a great feeling to have.
Yeah.
I'm hoping everyone is at that feeling at this point.
Absolutely, me too. But now we're at that point, Juwan, and we've picked our decks. And what does preparation look like for you?
Oh man, preparation for me. I'm trying to pull up my notepad, but whatever deck I'm playing, I just go on live, and I play like a set of 10 matches. In each of those matches, I'll like put comments notes. Okay, what did I do wrong? What did I notice about this particular matchup that I could take advantage of? Like back when Milwaukee, when I was testing with Mega Lucario before I swapped back to Cereledge, I had a document of seeing all the different lines that I could do with the Lucario. Like learning I could just use Hariyama as a big beef attacker for some select matchups, like a Bolt or I guess what you call it, Terra Box.
Yeah, Terra
Since
Box.
all of them are, since they all have like lower HPs and 210 will kill all of them. So I learned to find what more to lean more to in my deck through those 10 sets.
Yeah.
And also just, practicing with the Mafia.
Yeah.
Getting some late night games in.
Yeah. So for me, preparation is not playing live like it should be. I personally hate live. Everybody knows this, and it does not hold my attention span unless I am streaming and it's like super late night streams. I am not playing live. Now, what I will do is I will randomly call people at 8:00 at night saying, "Hey, you want to come over and get some games in?" And I'll just run through a gauntlet of decks. Like, Juwan, I know you've got several decks built that you'll play against me. Alec has several decks that he'll play against me. Brian has several decks that he'll play against me. And I prefer in-person play. And if you have the time, if you have the resources, if you have the friends, it is 20 billion times better than live. In my opinion. Now I know that there is some merit to playing live. I am aware. I do play some live, but I do not try to grind all the way to Arceus rank and try to play that. I would rather, learn in person where I can talk things out. I'm very ADHD, and I have to talk things out, not just out loud to myself, but also with my opponent to help me like make sure that my line is the right line, to learn better that way. I can't learn just by like a one-way thing. It's got to be a two-way street for me. I've got to be telling my thought process while also hearing like why my thought process might be flawed in the moment, or why, and I learn quicker that way and learn my decks better that way. So, if you definitely have it, I definitely recommend playing in person. Nothing beat in this is coming from a teacher perspective. Nothing beats in the moment feedback. Whereas with live, like you're not getting in the moment feedback because you're having to self-assess yourself all the time, and there might be something that you missed that might even be better than what you actually did, or what you think might be better. So talk it out with friends, with people that are really good at the game. Um, talk about matchups and playing them and different lines. That's just the way I prefer to go. And super grateful to have that type of support system to play against here.
And that's another thing, like you said, the separation I always tell people is that live is where you go to get to know your deck, and an in-person practice where you go to get the more advanced parts. Because like Mike said, with in-person, at least we know we're going against someone that we know is good. Instead of live, you don't know if it's going to be a binder dump or someone in Arceus rank.
True. You gotta get good quality practice. You can't just all practice is decent practice, but quality practice is good practice. That's the best way to say that.
Yeah.
But moving away from kind of the serious stuff about the majors, let's just talk about some favorite things about majors, right? So, what is your favorite thing to do or like about majors? Like about traveling, about just going to these big events. What's your favorite thing to do at them? Um, you know,
I'm gonna be so honest. It's meeting new people. Because there's always, even at the amount of time we're traveling right now, there's always more and more people we meet at majors that we see again at the new one, and we both recognize each other. That's such a great feeling. And especially going to one of the vendors, like the one that has like the sitting cuties in the rainbow color.
yeah.
Yeah, that dude recognizes me without fail every time we. Yeah, I'm so serious. He catches me every major, and I make it a point to go to him first at every regional. It's because we know each other and we just talk and catch up
That's
in
crazy.
between ones. I love him.
That's crazy.
I said so. It's meeting new people like that is definitely the best part of going to majors like this for me.
Yeah.
Especially like in Milwaukee when one of them recognized me from the Giovanni cosplay in NAIC.
Yeah. That was crazy
That
to
was
see.
super sick.
That was crazy to see in real life. I was like, whoa. But
I love that.
yeah, no, that is a great thing, and I've definitely run into like past opponents before, and talked and catched up. My thing is like I guess I don't build like I'm not as memorable as you, which is fine. I'm not mad about it, but I love just like I love being in the same room with thousands of people who love the same stuff I love.
Dude, I was thinking about this like in Orlando. We're gonna have thousands of people in the room on Easter Sunday, just there for the love of playing some poker. It's gonna be beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. But
That's gonna be beautiful.
and like I love everybody there's just from what I've met, I know that there are some that are not, but from what I've met, everybody's just in such a good mood. Everybody's just happy to be there playing some poke. I love messing with the judges. In Milwaukee, I did the coloring wall because I didn't day two, but I was waiting around for you in between rounds. And I just went and did I messed with the judges about the coloring wall and if I could end up on the coloring wall. Like stupid stuff like that. Just definitely, I don't know, definitely the love of the game that's there and all the cool stuff and just meeting everybody. So, with that said, we've been to 7 majors together.
You've been to 7. I think this will be my 5th.
Oh, then I've only been to 6.
You started earlier than I did.
I only went to 1 before you.
For real?
Yeah, my second one was Louisville.
Louisville, San
I
Antonio,
was like, you count.
Atlanta, NAIC, Milwaukee. Okay, so this will be 6.
Okay, so I've been to 7. You've been, or I will be going to 7. You'll be at 6. So I wasn't too far off. So
Thanks, you've been that many.
yes, which one has been your favorite and why?
Probably won't say Milwaukee because that was like the first one where I actually day two'd. But in San Antonio, it was also a big one. We're going against Vince Kelly. I think San Antonio was like the one where I finally started to realize, okay, I might actually be a good player.
Yeah.
Because ever since then, or beforehand, I kind of struggled to figure out if I was good yet or not.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that
So
for sure.
I think San Antonio's gonna be the one for me, just because it finally gave me that confidence that okay, I'm actually an all right player at the very least.
Yeah. I get that for sure. For sure. And I think my pick for this is kind of on the same wavelength as yours. And that would be, surprisingly enough, Atlanta. I want to say for disclaimer, I hate Atlanta, the city. Y'all's
Oh yeah,
roads,
I would never go back to Atlanta.
y'all's roads make no sense to me, and everything closes at 9 o'clock. Please explain.
And your people have questionable driving tactics.
Yes. Anyways, Atlanta for me was fantastic, and I loved it. I remember, and I think the reason why is because we all came out of our shells in Atlanta. I remember even Lane, who was his first regional we took to, we were all going around there vlogging like we meant something to the world. Like, this is before the mafia had even formed. We were just goofing off,
We were
and
just doing it for the love of the game.
we literally were just doing it for the love of the game. And it was all of us walking around, phones pointed at our faces, talking about our rounds like we actually, were these hot people. And it was just so much fun. And I did vlog Atlanta and I posted it to YouTube, and I still go back and I rewatch my vlog of Atlanta because I just remember the matches that I had, the feeling I had whenever I made my goal for the season of having a positive record before getting knocked out day 2 contention. And then I still remember too, like I go back and I watch it, talk about it last week, the Halucha story of the big misplay that ended the run, and seeing the buildup of like amazing, 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 so happy, so giddy, and everything, and then
And then the big
to see the
crash.
crash, and I still love that regional, uh, just because of all the memories from it.
It even created the foundations for this group.
Yep, it really did. It really did. So, Atlanta's definitely got my heart, as much as I wish it didn't.
Oh no, I'm right there with you, but I also understand why Atlanta is the one.
Yeah. But if you could say, we're almost at the end of this episode here, but if you could say one thing to someone who has never been to a major or wants to go but is a little nervous or maybe has any questions about majors, what would you say to them?
Honestly, just go do it. Like, if you really want to compete, all of that nervousness will go away after you sit down for the first round and realize, oh, my opponent is chill. Because quite honestly, 99% of people, and you will have that 1% of bad eggs, but 99% of people you match against in the majors, they're all chill people. Like every one of my opponents, I've had like full on conversations with before the match started, and it's always so nice because it takes that pressure away. And it's like, oh, we're just here to hang out at the end of the day. Even though we're here to compete, we're still like friendly to each other, and the people are nice. The vibes are great, off the roofs. Just go to one if you ever want to. Like all that nerves will go away immediately, and you'll want to go back. It's like a drug. We're still trying to shake it.
Yeah.
It's not working.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely go. And I'll say this too, go with a group if you can. Like these majors have been the most memorable trips of my entire life. We were we were even talking about before the podcast, just all the fun that we've had. You know, like we were recapping. You know, look at these questions, talking about them, and just go make the memories, live a little. It doesn't matter your record. You can go 0-3 drop. You're playing Pokemon. You're in a room. This is very few hobbies where you can be in a room full of thousands of people that will know exactly what you're talking about whenever you talk about one of your favorite things. And to me, that's just incredible. I love the feeling. You know, it's just even the nerves of like you walk into the venue and it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many people. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get lost in the sea of tables. All that goes away round one. I sit down, I'll shuffle up, and I'm shaking. There have been some round ones where I am physically shaking because I'm just nervous for the day, nervous to see how things go. And then I start chit chatting with the people around me, and I completely forget where I am. That's not my local card shop where I, play tournaments all the time and never get nervous at. So, definitely just go. Don't let the nerves stop you. Um, and try to go with the group of people to make it the most enjoyable fun you'll have.
And then like you said, even going like 0-3 drop, don't even drop. Just keep on playing. Like on my first regional with Cinderace, when I got knocked out contention so early, I kept on playing, and those bottom tables, I kid you not, the funnest time at the event. You could no amount of money or a side event could be more better than going to Baltos because all the pressure is off. We're all just there straight for the love of the game, and we're talking. People aside you're talking, people to the right you're talking. We're all just one big group because we're just here for the love of the game.
Yeah.
Like bottom tables are chef's kiss.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I've never been to the bottom tables. I definitely have. But I have gone 0-3 drop. Because I got tilted. And it's okay to get tilted because I got it was my second time in San Antonio, and I still, being with the group of people, still loved the event. Got to hang out with everybody, cheer them on from the side. That was the one that Juwan played Vance Kelly in. I got to cheer him on whenever everything happened, and I wouldn't have had that if I didn't drop. And so there's positives and the negatives to both. You do what you feel comfortable with, but Jawan is right. Those bottom tables, man, I hear stories about them all the time, and everybody's just cracking up, having a great time. So there's no shame in whatever records you get.
Man, that I remember back in Milwaukee in day 2, one of the matches, me and a Charizard player, we were at quite literally the very bottom table. Like we looked to our right and there was like no numbers next to us. So we were like, man, we are at the very bottom and we're gonna have the time of our lives down here.
Absolutely.
And I kid you not, we quite literally had the game of our lifetime.
Good. Yeah. But if you are going to Houston, just to wrap this up, if you are going to Houston, make sure you get some new sleeves. You don't want to get deck checked and then you got some dings on your sleeves. So get some new sleeves, get some sleep, eat some food, stay hydrated, all the good stuff, because it's going to be a long day of playing. And but it's going to be one of the best days of your life.
And make sure you have snacks.
Absolutely.
Because we don't get any lunch break.
Yeah, masters don't get lunch break.
Apparently.
So
still
make sure you keep make sure you know where the food vendors are at the same time as you know where the Pokemon vendors are.
And honestly, lock down all of the niche bathroom locations.
Yeah.
If you can find any weird bathroom places, keep that location memorized.
Yeah.
Because they get filled up so fast in between rounds.
Pokemon Regionals will be one of the few places where the guys actually have to wait for the bathroom and not the girls.
Where it feels like a food vendor line.
Yep. But thank you guys so much for listening. I know we kind of went on a couple of rants there, but if you stay to the end, we do appreciate you. If you want to stay up to date with us or the Mafia, make sure you're following the Mafia on X and on YouTube at misplay_mafia. And you can follow myself at Daunted Break. Juwan, did you finally activate your Twitter, or are we still not doing Twitter?
Oh, I mean, my Twitter's always been activated. I just forget to post on there.
Okay, so should we even?
But you can find me at NPM Drebin.
Okay, at NPM Drebin over on Twitter whenever he decides to actually use it. But make sure you tune in every Tuesday for a new episode of the podcast so you don't miss a moment of the misplays. Have a great day.
You have a good night.